Peace, family. How we doing out there? Y'all already know what time it is. It's the Bitcoin Block Bully coming to you once again with an early rising show, Coffee and Crypto. I'm going ahead and give it a couple of minutes, let individuals tune in while I get the podcast up and started. Also, while I share this out on a couple of social media platforms. Let me get this sent out real quick. Screenshot, then the share. Welcome everybody that is and will be tuning in today. It is December 31st, 2019, and this is the end of the decade going on, a certain calendar. So, another 10 years down on the map. Got a lot to reflect on, not just over the past year, but over the past 10 and, 20, however old it may be. But it's definitely a mass time of reflection, whereas for those that like to generate off the energy that comes in through the use of multiple mindsets being focused on one thing, it's actually a power you can tap into and utilize for yourself. But not to get too off topic, let me go ahead and get this shared out real quick, let everybody know that I am live. We are streaming live right now on YouTube as well as Facebook. So for those that will be tuning in, if you can, please aid and assist me in sharing this out. What do I do? What am I looking for? Okay, I know what I'm looking for here. Let's go to. So what I'm doing right now is I'm sharing this video out on. There it is, right there. Is that it? No, that was the last video. Where's my new video? No, it's not. It shouldn't be private. It should be. There it is. Okay. What I'm doing right now is actually obtaining a screenshot of the YouTube live show, and I'm sharing it out on Instagram that send it out everywhere else it needs to go. So get that out, and then also what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my podcast up and started. This is going to be the last It may not be the last. I might do another podcast in the middle of the day. Because of right now, it's going to be the last day or podcast for the year. I see I got a couple of individuals checking in on the early bird side. Peace, power, and prosperity, family. Y'all you can go ahead and check in. Let me know who you are checking in, city and state if you choose to. Country also, if I got anybody checking in outside the country. As to my surprise, man, I got a real interesting following out in the UK, in London and whatnot. Interesting. I've talked to a great many individuals from around those areas. Islam, peace, Queen. Something what's going on. Brother Michael, salute. How's everybody doing over there on the YouTube side of things? I'm also going to be going over Library TV, showing you that I am slowly but for surely transitioning from YouTube over here to a more decentralized form of YouTube. There it is. And it's called Library TV or LBRY. They do have a cryptocurrency behind the and I've earned more than 4 BC and some to video, and what there's a number of tasks that you can do to earn a number of different LBC tokens. As you can see, I got a number of different tokens that I can earn here. I may go through with a demonstration. My page is Block Bullies Cryptonomics. My moniker is at Bitcoin Block Bully 44. So far, I've only published one video, and that is my exit YouTube, enter Library TV. As this moving forward, like I said, looking for a more decentralized route and censorship resistant, censor resistant platform, whereas you can share your thoughts, your beliefs, your music, your content without having to be blackballed by the powers that be. Now, can that change? You never know. But moving forward, this is I'm going to be utilizing this platform. Let me see. Did I get that sent out? No, I didn't. Let me get that sent out on Yeah, let me get this sent out real quick on IG. Get the podcast up and running, and then we're gonna go ahead and take off. And what time is it? 7:35. As we can see, we do have a sea of red out here. Pullback, you could say. And the market's actually been kind of predictable, to be honest. It's actually been kind of predictable. We're gonna stop and take a look at a couple of charts here as well. I got one or two stories that I'm gonna be following up on. There we go. Got that shared out. There we go. So we got that shared out. Let me see who I got checking in real quick before we proceed. Happy New Year. Who's that? Shadow the music artist. Peace, peace, peace. We got the South Side of H-Town checking in. Brother Kennedy, peace, power, and prosperity. We got Bentonville, Arizona checking in. We got the Queen checking in. We got London checking in. I just tell y'all I had a little following out there from the UK. Family, if you can, let me know if I can be heard. Let me know if I'm clear. Let me know if I can be heard, and let me know if I'm clear before we go ahead and take off. Also, I guess let me share this out on Facebook. Let me share this out to a couple of pages. Who was that? Sean Sands. What's going on? Miss Sherry, peace. Family, if y'all can, please help assist me in sharing this out. Also on Facebook, share this out to whatever cryptocurrency groups you may be involved in, or just share it out on your page. Also, what you're able to do is tag friends. Do not hesitate on tagging any friends in my videos. Anyone that you may think is open and susceptible to the information that I share, meaning that they'll be able to take it in for what it is. That's not what I was looking for. Hold on. There we go. So actually, let me get this shared out. Hopefully, lets me share it in more than one group at a time. No, it's not. I don't even feel like going through sharing it through every group on Facebook manually. So I'll leave that to the people, the followers, those that support me. Like I said, family, if y'all can, please share this out. We got Texas checking in. Shout out to music artists texting in from down south. What you call? Do you call Texas down south? I wonder. Brother Kennedy, how you doing today? Oh snap! Let me get the podcast up and running. We're gonna go ahead and kick it off. What's going on? We'll wait till 7:40. Give about 10 open minutes for individuals to tune in with us. Right now it is 7:38 a.m. Chicago time. You know what I can do though? What I can do is where is it at? I can invite friends. Let me just invite some people. Get some people over here tuning in with me. That way we can get this day started, with a nice crowd. We go ahead and wake some people up, alert some people. Okay, let's go. Get some people checking in with us. Let's see. Get Cuz checking in. I wonder what happened to the Queen. I haven't seen her in a while. I hope she's okay. La Tiara, let me see, her page is still there. What I'm not seeing is the her avatar though. I'm hoping all is well. There we go. There we go. Got about one more minute. One more minute and we will be taking off. Family, like I said, if you can, please help assist me in sharing this out. Please help assist me in sharing this out. Really want to get this information out here for individuals that can, take it in. We're rolling over into 2020. Everything's going digital. I mean, how can you not jump on board and follow along as far as monetarily wise? You know what I mean? In my opinion, this is the route in which the monetary system itself is going to be changing and heading into. Everything's going to be digital. So the best thing to do is try to get more integrated in the system and familiar with it versus it being this brand new thing that you may not know how to orchestrate or operate in, which also leaves you open. And this is one of the biggest things. This is one of the largest reasons why I try to share the information, because the fact that with individuals coming in new and not really having a full understanding of how things could operate, it leaves you open and susceptible, if that's even the right word. Maybe saying the wrong word, but anyways, it leaves you open to get scammed. You know what I'm saying? These are just the facts. It leaves you open to get scammed. So the more you know, in my opinion, the better off you are. Let me see. And I think that's about good. I've invited a nice couple of people. And some I'm already knowing are gonna tune in. So let's go ahead and get this thing started. Let me get the podcast up and running. Give me 1 second. Just open up to the page and give a reintroduction. There it is. Better get some Bitcoin before the U.S. economy crisis. Texas is down south, but it's a whole other country. Definitely, definitely. Well as Arkansas. But I was wondering, do people call it down south? Like, what places am I thinking of? South Carolina. When I used to live in South Carolina, we used to call it, you down south. Alabama, Mississippi. But it is further south. Just thinking about the terminology that's used. Definitely welcome to the page. Definitely welcome to the channel. And yeah, let me get this thing started. Hold on. Let me get a new episode. There we go. Peace, power, and prosperity, family. Y'all already know what time it is. It's the Bitcoin Block Bully coming to you once again with an early rising show of Coffee and Crypto. I want to thank everybody that is tuning in with me for the last Coffee and Crypto of the decade, of the year. We're ending out 2019. It is December 31st, 2019 on the Gregorian calendar. That's the correct calendar I'm thinking of. Either way it goes, we're going into 2020. Now, be mindful. For those that don't know, this is one thing that I want everyone to really, really, really be thoughtful of, that we do have a couple of different time frames working in the mix here when we look at, when does the new year come in. For those that are in the cryptocurrency space that are listening in, whether you're listening in, because I am streaming live right now on YouTube, Facebook, and I'm recording New Money Matrix podcast for those that are going to be listening in later on either Anchor, Spotify, iTunes, or whatever streaming platform it gets shared out to. But one thing that those of us that are in the know is that time really runs on what is known as UTC time, or Coordinated Universal Time. And per Coordinated Universal Time, in fact, let me give a definition of what that is before we proceed far ahead of ourselves. Coordinated Universal Time, listen now, is the primary time standard by which the world regulates clocks and time. So once again, it is this time, the time that we're running off right now, me saying it's 7:44 a.m. is regulated from. You understand what I mean? So this is the ruling time. Now, this is based off being measured from within about 1 second of mean solar time at 0 degrees longitude. Also, it is not adjusted for daylight savings time. So there is no flipping back and forth of, 1 minute is 5 o'clock, then the next minute is 6 o'clock, then 6 o'clock was 7 o'clock, 7 back to 6. They don't do all that. In some countries, the term Greenwich mean time is used. So be mindful that the actual new year, with it being 1:43 p.m. right now, and it's 7:45 p.m. The actual New Year comes in at about 6 p.m. Chicago time. And I will be doing my New Year's resolution rituals around that time, as well as the time where the rest of the world is actually doing it, just because it'll be that much more energy coming into it. So just wanted to share that little bit of information with you for individuals that may not have known that about how the time is regulated within the world that we live in. So, just a little quick tidbit, quick crypto fact. Let me see. See what we got checking in. There we go. All right. So moving right along, we got a couple of stories we're going to be going through. We do have the top 20 coins that we'll be looking at. And then not only just mine, but I want to know what the individuals out there that are tuning in, what are some of your price predictions? What are some of your coin predictions? What are some of the coins that you got to have in your wallet coming into 2020? Are you getting yourself prepared today for 2020? Are you paying off any debts you may have? Are you clearing out your portfolio for those that you truly trust in? And, not allowing yourself to continue to lose capital while some of the coins that you may have picked in 2017, 2018, and even in 2019 continue to lose value with the expectations and the hopes that it turns around versus you being able to, look at and make a decision based off of technical analysis. In my opinion, is one of the most important decision-making skills that you can obtain if you're in the world of tradable assets. So let's go ahead and get into our first story, which is titled "The Biggest Crypto Winners and the Losers of 2019." And as you already know, this is a chess game, and it goes on to state the article, which comes to you from Cointelegraph.com. Let me make sure before we go forward. Family, if you can, give me a thumbs up or a one. If you can, you're looking at Space Chain, we'll definitely take a look at it. Peace, power, and prosperity, Miss Casey. How we doing? We got Compass. The Compass Circle is in the building. Family, I said on post earlier, he will be having a free class on contracting. Okay, they're putting up the ones I can't be heard coming up. If I'm not mistaken, let me get the time and date one more time so I can share that. Definitely blessed and humbled to have you in here with me today, Queen. Sunday at 7 p.m. is a free contracting class for any minority man who is on business or wishes to be in business. Once again, that's Sunday, Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern. And you definitely want to get up with the Queen, Miss Compass Circle, Miss Casey. You can follow her on IG at the Compass Circle. That's at the Compass, Compass Circle. Right along. Exactly. What's going on? No doubt, Queen. I got to shout out. I got to shout out and share the home thing. What's going on, Mr. O? How we doing? Peace, power, and prosperity. Grand rising, everybody. So it seems that I'm coming in clear. Everybody's tuning in. Family, if y'all can, please help assist me in sharing this out. Please help assist me in sharing this out as we get into the first story. First story, who are the top winners and top losers of 2019? Let's get into it. Even though the crypto industry is not new to ups and downs, 2019 has turned out to be the year with the most surprising reveals. The long-lasting bear market of 2018 moved market analysis to call it the year of regulatory reckoning, leaving many jurisdictions uncertain about how to treat cryptocurrency. Brother Ryan, what's going on? Peace, power, and prosperity. Grand rising, broski. However, family, if y'all can, please help us share this out. Tag friends, family. Do not sleep on the content that will be brought to you coming into 2020. You want to come into 2020 with some type of financial literacy within the digital world, as many things, not just, phones, TVs, cars, hoverboards, your money is going digital, even though it's already digitized. They're putting it more hands-on and leaving the analog, which is fiat currency, out of the picture. So moving along, you definitely got to get your hands in and get your head in the game as far as how this new digital space is moving. And one of the things that you definitely want to realize and keep in mind is the functionality of some of these cryptocurrencies and digital assets versus the pricing of them. The pricing of them is just icing on top of the cake if you can get in early enough and be able to monetize off of the price fluctuations in the swings. But for anybody that's looking long term, not financial advice, let me put that out there as a short disclaimer. It's also right now, Family, I am not financial advisor. I am not a financial advisor. I cannot give you financial advice. I'm not a tax advisor. I'm not a tax advisor. I cannot and I will not give you tax advice. This is just a guy from Chicago, shooting the shits with you for about an hour and a half. I've been doing that for about going on maybe 2.5, 3 years now. But it's all for entertainment, fun, you know what I'm saying? Shits and giggles. That's it, that's all. Do not take this as any type of sound financial advice. Now, you can take this as educational advice if it's something that you previously didn't know, and you're able to follow it up with any type of your own due diligence and it spans out. Then you can say, okay, that was the educational video. Other than that, don't make any type of financial decisions based off of anything. So, moving right along, and continuing on with the story, they're saying that 2019 turned out to be the year to come back as big tech giants like Facebook moved from banning crypto to embracing it. And if you look at it like that, it was actually a lot of plays that were being made on their sides. Grand Rising, Miss Hill, how we doing? Welcome to have you back. Peace, power, and prosperity to you, Queen, one of the original OGs. But if you look at it, there was a lot of banning or blocking of cryptocurrencies in the beginning. Google did it for a while. I don't know if Twitter jumped on board. I think Twitter did. I think there was like at one time this big old jump from like some of the biggest, I guess, social media platforms that banned crypto for a minute, but then they opened back up to it. I guess once they figured out what they was going to do, it's getting harder to spend cash every day in life. Hey, that's a fact. That's a fact. You go in the stores nowadays. I was in the store previously the other day. I'm not going to name it, but when you went to the self checkout, there's like 6 self checkout aisles, and maybe only 1 or 2 of them are allowing you to do fiat transactions with. We got to be able to pay attention and look at those. Fiat is getting spaced out. Now, will it be the end and death of fiat? I'm not going to go as far as saying that. Can the value of the fiat decrease and become depreciated? Yes, it can. You can look around the world and see that's happened in places such as Zimbabwe, Argentina, Venezuela. But am I a big, the whole industry is going to crash type of guy? Anything is possible. Don't put all your eggs in one basket, though. Learn how to utilize and spread everything out, and look at everything with an optimistic mind, not so much with tunnel vision or running with one train of thought. You understand what I mean? You got to be able to be open minded to a number of different dimensional outcomes. But let me see. It goes on to state that escalating global events such as the trade war between the United States and China have shifted investors' point of view on the utility of cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin. But there is still a lot to be done as the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, or the SEC, as you may see the acronym used. You may not know what it stands for. It's the SEC, which is Securities and Exchange Commission. Continue to turn down every other Bitcoin ETF, which is electronically traded fund proposal. As the year comes to a close, here is a look at the companies, individuals, and various crypto projects that managed to come out on top in 2019, as well as those that failed to mark the year as a positive in their books. Sam Clubs has more card lanes than cash lanes. Yeah, you're gonna start seeing that being implemented more and more as time goes by. Definitely pay attention to that. Grand Rising, brother Williams, how we doing? Welcome to the show. Welcome to the page. Welcome to the channel. Let me see. So who are the winners? Well, Bitcoin doubled in growth. Actually, if you look at 369, yeah, quadrupled. If it did it, because it went up to about $14,000 from a low of about, I'm gonna say $3,400 before falling back down to where we're at currently, at around $7,200. So you definitely doubled your money from the beginning of the year to the end of the year. It goes on to state that this year, Bitcoin and the entire blockchain and cryptocurrency industry celebrated its 10th anniversary as proof of the resilience of the Satoshi Nakamoto's creation. However, at the beginning of 2019, the cryptocurrency industry was just recovering from the so-called crypto winter of 2018. Fortunately, Bitcoin kicked off the year with a bullish trend that resulted in an approximate price increase of 11% higher by the end of the first quarter. Anthony Pompliano, the co-founder of Morgan Creek Digital Asset Management Firm, shared his view with Cointelegraph. He stated, Bitcoin's price is up significantly. In 2019, there are more buyers and sellers on a net basis this year. As the trading volume and market capitalization increased throughout the second quarter of the year, Bitcoin led the market with a 165% gain, as its price surged from $4,103 to $10,888. Furthermore, the Bitcoin's market dominance increased from 54.6 to 65%. Among the reasons that have promoted Bitcoin's continued growth despite a struggling market is the view that the digital asset can act as a hedge in the wake of increasing global uncertainty, not just US, this is global uncertainty going on around right now. This year, the US-China trade war saw most investors looking to Bitcoin and gold as hedges. Pompliano also told Cointelegraph that there were other contributing factors. The biggest moments probably revolve around the announcement of Libra and the subsequent reactions, both positive and negative, from various folks across the traditional cryptocurrency market. However, it was not all sunshine for Bitcoin in 2019. Over the third quarter of the year, a bearish outlook emerged as Bitcoin price decreased significantly as 100 billion in market capitalization was lost. Fortunately, even as the market struggled to gain ground against the bears, Bitcoin not only closed the quarter with the least amount of loss, but also increased its market dominance by 5.4%. Ultimately, all cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin's performance has been the best so far. Well, I don't know if I would agree with that, though. If they're talking about price action, I definitely wouldn't agree with the fact that them saying they had the best price action. But I can easily go off the top of my head and say that hands down, SNX had one of the best price increases. In fact, not even. Raven had a nice 300 or 400% within 1 or 2 day time frame. I mean, even if you're looking at quick pumps, there's a lot of coins that did major price increases outside of it. I'm gonna be biased and moving along. It says compared to assets from other markets, Bitcoin's performance throughout the year is still far from tenuous. For instance, even though gold is regulated as a reliable store of value, its price only increased by 17% in January. Even the S&P 500 index, although with an excellent performance of plus 21%, is still dwarfed by Bitcoin's growth throughout the year. Beyond price, Bobby Lee, CEO of the Ballet crypto wallet, told Cointelegraph that Bitcoin has benefited from several major technological developments. 2019 was a great year for Bitcoin bulls because of the advancements in the open source ecosystem. Lightning Network is increasing Bitcoin's transaction capacity. Wallets with built-in user-friendly features. Wasabi, Samurai, who I've done a couple of previews on, are improving privacy. Gods Unchained to rise popularity. Now, we're getting into a space that I've about many a time that is outside of the actual trading of these cryptocurrencies. When we get into some of the use cases and the functionalities of them, one being cryptocurrency or blockchain video game, whereas you are able to play RPG games and other types where you are actually awarded or interact and utilize cryptocurrencies, digital assets, NFTs, which are non-fungible tokens within the games, mainly being, let me see, what are some of the games ran on? Ethereum, Tron, POA network, where the cryptocurrencies are actually utilized within the games themselves, meaning that you are able to come into these games and leave out of these games with be it small or large amount of cryptocurrency, more so than what you started with. It goes on to state that according to reports, Gods Unchained, a blockchain-based virtual card game built on Ethereum, emerged as one of the highest grossing and most popular blockchain games in 2019. This came about after the platform completely sold out its Genesis card pack to the tune of about 6.2 million. This came about after Blizzard, the creators of Hearthstone, a digital trading card game, banned Hearthstone player Chung Ningguai, or whatever, however you pronounce it, also known as Blitzchung, for expressing support for the Hong Kong protest. The Hearthstone game developed also stripped Blitzchung of his winnings. Wow. In addition to the backlash received from the gamer community, Blizzard's actions were criticized in a tweet by Gods Unchained that claimed Blizzard cares about money more than freedom. Gods Unchained also promised to compensate Blitzchung for his lost winnings while offering him an invitation to their $500,000 tournament. And they do have a link to that story. It goes on to state, the tweet by Gods Unchained was tweeted over 10,000 times, and the Google searches for the game have since surged. Unlike Hearthstone, Gods Unchained is decentralized and uses blockchain to ensure that the players truly own in-game items and have the freedom to trade them at will. This is the power of decentralization that I've been speaking on for a while now. In a move to give online game players long-term incentives, James Ferguson, CEO of Gods Unchained, said that the game is leveling up the outdated practices of the gaming industry. Moving on into Coinbase's continued expansion. In the past, Coinbase maintained a reputation for employing a rather selective strategy for adding coins as one of the biggest big league exchanges in the crypto space. Coinbase is also known for having significantly fewer large-scale hacks. In a year that saw other major exchanges like Binance fall victim to large-scale security breaches, but didn't get affected in one way, shape, or form, leading to the loss of thousands of Bitcoin. Coinbase stands out as a reliable and safe platform. However, the company was heavily scrutinized by Twitter users this year over its accusations of Neutrino, a startup that collects cryptocurrency transactional data using the blockchain. For most Twitter users, the move seems to facilitate the exchange's spying on its customers. However, Coinbase moves to acquire Neutrino is, according to Coinbase, a part of its goal to support all assets while complying with applicable laws. In addition to acquiring Neutrino, Coinbase has doubled the number of listed cryptocurrencies on its exchange since 2018. Coinbase's aggressive listing approach has been the addition of coins such as Dash, Cosmos, and Waves, to mention just a few. The company has almost constantly been making news throughout the year, from making acquisitions to denying them, as well as securing multiple patents along the way. Meanwhile, Coinbase's Visa debit card solution has also seen exponential growth this year, now available for use in even more countries. In 2019, the company also expanded its reach to more than 100 countries while making its USDC stablecoin. Previously only available in the US, is now available in 85 of those supported countries. In comparison, Coinbase was only available in about 32 countries last year. Its aggressive expansion appears to be in direct competition to other global players like Binance, who I'm actually rooting for. Binance ventures further, who I said back in 2017, leading into 2018, that not only the Binance platform, but Changpeng Zhao, the individual CEO behind it, that he was going to be one of the most powerful men in the cryptocurrency space moving forward. When I think the elbows that he was rubbing, you know what I'm saying, rubbing, you know what I mean? You got to get in there and rub elbows with the most powerful individual if you want to be one. And I see him creating not only a cult-like following, but also damn near like his own little country / nation / sovereign movement, down to individuals getting that flag, the Binance flag tattooed on them. It's quite an interesting space to see grow when you understand what's going on. It states, ask any market analyst and they will admit that initial exchange offerings have grown into a big business in 2019. Reports have revealed a high demand for IEOs right from Q1 2019 to Q3, not to mention the fact that they collectively raised over $1.4 billion in the first half of 2019 alone. Unlike initial coin offerings, the biggest determining factor for a successful IEO is the availability of liquidity. And what better way to access liquidity than launching an IEO on a popular exchange? This is why Binance and its native cryptocurrency BNB have had one of the best years yet. As one of the biggest marketplaces for digital assets, Binance enjoys a significant share of the trading volume. The exchange's performance has been so exceptional that the Binance coin has gained value by over 150% over the year. Now, I remember starting off, we were trading at around 4 cents. It's been up to about, not 4 cents, down to about $4, and then ended up shooting off to about $30, 30 plus if I'm not mistaken, before the end of the year came out. So you can only imagine the type of growth that individuals have seen. When taking everything into account and considering year-on-year growth, Binance coin has even slightly outperformed Bitcoin. As Binance, especially with not even having to put up that much amount of money. Well, it doesn't matter. So you throwing $1,000 at Bitcoin versus you throwing $1,000 at Binance coin, the outcome would have been a lot different. Also, Binance expanded its reach with the launch of a fully independent U.S. arm of its trading platform, which is Binance US. Despite heavy regulatory pressure that keeps the Binance exchange in the U.S. from operating in states such as New York, the company's partnership with BAM, a registered money service in the U.S., has so far given the exchange some leeway. Now we're getting into the losers. Facebook's uncertain Libra launch in 2020. It goes on to state that Facebook's announcement of its Libra cryptocurrency has been one of the major events of 2019. And there was this did create a nice uproar in the space when it was first coming into play. Got more people checking in. Brother Parks, Brother Douglas, Brother Hatchet, Miss Sharp. How's everybody doing out there, family? If y'all can, please help aid and assist me in sharing this out. Please help aid and assist me out. Also, those checking in on the YouTube side of things. When I used to cash a lot of places, pull out a pen to check if the dollars are real before they take them, which is slow and troublesome if I'm in a hurry. Definitely. Grand Rising, Brother Walter. Uphold is dope. Yeah, Uphold is definitely very nice. Let me see. Uphold, Abra. There's a couple of platforms in all actuality. But going on, moving right along, it goes on to state that, however, in the unveiling of 2019 as a stablecoin backed by a select number of national currencies, U.S. lawmakers reacted with skepticism, summoning Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg to multiple hearings. At its core, Libra is a stablecoin backed by real money and lets users buy, sell, and money at nearly zero fees across borders. According to the project's white paper, Libra's overall mission is to enable a simple global currency and financial infrastructure that empowers millions of people. Libra's white paper further claims that it will use a new decentralized blockchain, a low volatility cryptocurrency, and a smart contract platform to empower about 1.7 billion unbanked people. Now, tell me what one bank has 1.7 billion customers. Then you'll see the threat that this platform hosted to being able to be utilized in the real world. You know what I mean? When we look at this as almost being able to operate as the bank, I mean, this is going to be the first bank that holds excess of 1.7 billion customers. Despite Libra's ambition, but let me see, this will be achieved through use of Facebook's WhatsApp, Messenger, and Calibra, which is a digital wallet designed for Libra users. Despite Libra's ambitious plan to empower the unbanked, the Libra project has not only come under heavy scrutiny from lawmakers, but also faced internal problems of its own. While sharing his thoughts on Cointelegraph, the Ballet Wallets leads expressed optimism about Libra, saying that although legislators and regulators in the United States and Europe understand that non-government cryptocurrencies are a threat to their power, government opposition will diminish over time. Governments will change their stance because they will come to understand that they can't control, or stop Bitcoin. And they will prefer to have their citizens use centralized corporate coins that can easily be regulated, monitored, and pegged to fiat currency. Despite ambitious plans to empower the unbanked, Libra's project has not only come under heavy scrutiny from lawmakers, but also faced internal problems of its own. The U.S. Congress has asked Facebook to pause further development of the Libra's project, and cynics now believe that the project will not get out of the starting blocks without the government's approval. Multiple European countries have also spoken out against the proposed cryptocurrency, while China announced that it will soon launch its own national central bank digital currency, which is a CBDC, likely as a retaliatory measure. Furthermore, in the wake of the increased scrutiny from government regulators, some of Facebook's high-profile backers like Visa, eBay, and MasterCard and PayPal have abandoned the project. This is a rocky year for Circle. In October 2018, Circle, a cryptocurrency firm based in Boston and backed by Goldman Sachs, teamed up with Coinbase to launch the Centra Consortium. Counting on its reputation as one of the most well-funded crypto startups, the two companies aim to help accelerate the process. Although the Centra Consortium, Coinbase and Circle would increase liquidity to the crypto industry through the issue of a stablecoin called USD coin or USDC, which is utilized a lot in this space, especially for the decentralized digital in-house banking or DeFi space. You already know how we use USDC, collateral, loaning. It goes on to state, in July of this year, Coinbase and Circle broadened participation into their consortium in a move that will allow other financial entities interested in the project to issue the USD coin. In the announcement, Centra Network mentioned that a natural next step is to imagine a new global digital currency that would include a basket of tokens backed by a variety of stablecoins. Simply put, Center's Center's plan is to go with a Facebook-like approach to create a global currency. However, Circle has failed, has had a rocky throughout 2019. Even though the USD coin has received a positive reception, with Center claiming that the stablecoin has been used to clear on-chain transfers worth over 11 billion. Circle closed its mobile app, reduced its fundraising goal by 40%, and laid off 10% of the staff between May and June of this year. Just recently, the company let go of 10 more of its employees, citing efforts to streamline the service. The latest news of layoffs from Circle comes after the recent transition of the company's co-founder, Sean Neville, from his position as CEO to a seat at the company's board of directors. However, a representative of Circle has denied any connection between the recent layoffs and Sean's transition, telling Cointelegraph, none of this is related to Sean transitioning in the role. Sean will continue to serve as Circle board. We got Craig Wright's battles, which I'm not going to read. A dude who was stating that he is the original Satoshi Nakamoto and he created Bitcoin. He got sued, something to that effect. Basically, the court said prove it. He couldn't prove it. He got to pay out. The Bitcoin ETF continued rejection by the SEC, even though the U.S. regulators have always left a window for the possibility of approving Bitcoin exchange traded funds in the future. Up until now, every single attempt to license a Bitcoin ETF has been met with failure. In October of this year, an ETF proposal filed by Bitwise Asset Management in conjunction with New York Stock Exchange ARCA was rejected by the Securities and Exchange Commission for failing to meet legal requirements that prevent illicit market manipulation. In fact, all Bitcoin ETF proposals presented to the SEC have been rejected on concerns about fraudulent activities and market manipulation. One of the main criteria for approving an ETF is establishing the underlying market of a new commodity-based ETF. If the underlying market is resilient to manipulation, regulators can give the ETF the go-ahead. Given the complexities of the Bitcoin market, it seems approval from the SEC is unlikely. Despite the early rejection of Bitwise's application, the SEC later announced that it would review Bitwise's proposal once again. While speaking to Cointelegraph on the realistic timeline of the first Bitcoin ETF proposal, Charles Liu, CEO of the Fedora FinTech Toolkit provider, said, for a Bitcoin ETF proposal to gain SEC approval, the sponsor will need to approve the real price discovery is happening, as opposed to market manipulation. In Liu's opinion, this will not happen anytime or anywhere soon, since the SEC will require surveilling sharing agreements with the big exchanges. 2019 to 2020, overall, the crypto industry has shown some significant growth over the past year. Although volatile, Bitcoin is showing significant signs of growth. More institutional investors are looking into the industry to find more ways to invest as well. Even though there is a downtrend in market cap and trading volume, prominent traders believe that a turn of fate might just be around the corner, especially for Bitcoin. Out of the winners and losers of 2019, perhaps Facebook Libra is one that stands to be the most impactful in 2020. For most onlookers, it will be interesting to see whether Facebook's Libra projects will turn a new leaf and launch successful in 2020. If it does, there's a high likelihood that big changes will take place throughout the entire industry. Now, that was one very nice article, but one thing that they left out that they didn't even speak on, that they didn't even touch on, that I'm surprised was not even spoken on, even looked at, was decentralized finance. If I'm not, they didn't even speak on decentralized finance. That's interesting. We've seen X amount of growth come into this space. So that's why I myself am going to follow that up with an article from entrepreneur.com stating cryptocurrency trends are one of those trends of decentralized finance. So we're going to cover this story. Right now, we got about 30 minutes coming in on the New Money Matrix podcast. We got about another half hour of recording going on. We're going to get through this story, take a look at the top 20, and then do a little bit of chart analysis and possible predictions leading on into the future of 2020 and beyond. Family, for those that are tuning in right now, I want to just say thank you, give you grand rising, welcome, salute. Let me come in and check in with the family, to who all we got tuning in with us right now. Family, if you want to, since we got more viewers right now, we can do a little roll call. You can check in city, state, country. If you're checking in outside the country, let me know who you are and who you're checking in. We got Mr. Evans, Mr. Lowry, Mr. Perry, Mr. Cottrell. What's going on? Peace, power, and prosperity to everyone tuning in. Family, if y'all can, please help this out. Please hit that like and or love button as well. But more than anything, share this out and tag a friend. So, moving right into the next article. Excuse me. Excuse me. The year 2019 turned out to be a remarkable one for the global crypto market. Despite a secular bear market, it involved new groupings, novel trading solutions, and a number of blockchain protocols emerging and maturing. Global regulatory bodies are also becoming less apprehensive of cryptocurrency and can be seen developing their own blockchain infrastructure. As a matter of fact, China has entered the global competition as well and is driving innovations with its deep pockets. In short, the blockchain and crypto market is far from slowing down as the momentum is gradually picking up. So let us have a look at how the market is going to pan out in 2020 and what is the outlook for the year to come. So we have decentralized finance, also popularly known as DeFi, which is the way to go forward given its wide range of advantages. Then it naturally comes across as the breeding ground for innovation. DeFi projects have now crossed a value of $650 million, though that's half a billion. Though it was far beyond belief a few years ago, trustless and secure provisions of financial services have now introduced fresh lending and margin trading facilities. It has also enabled traders to easily switch between different debt positions. Market operations such as Babel Finance are also helping big time miners to avail large capital by keeping crypto as collateral. And for those that are maybe new and not familiar with what decentralized finance is, basically a restructuring and a rebirthing of the current financial and monetary and banking system, whereas it is allowing you, the end user, the individual, no matter where you are in the world, as long as you have internet access and a smart device, you're able to utilize a number of different services from savings accounts to lending accounts, margin accounts, hell, even payment services. If you have a team that needs to get paid, it's a space that I see emerging as the future of finances as we know it. And it's I myself, I'm privileged and honored to be a pioneer in this space and be able to pass that information down to everybody else. We got ETH 2.0, which is phase 0, has now reached the final phase of testing with the launch of public multi-client testnet. Thankfully, the team spearheading the development of clients and components have paid close attention to the feedback given by the community. They also have been active giving updates about the development. This has generated confidence about the novel Ethereum blockchain. A partial launch could be seen in 2020. You also have crypto derivatives, which have now substantially grown in size and accessibility. Earlier, there were just a few exchanges offering. Now, a majority of them enable their investors to trade in futures as well as options for large cap cryptocurrency. This development will make the market more competitive in 2020. More exchanges jump to the picture. You also have the Lightning Network, which turned out to be a boom in disguise for crypto traders. It is a layer 2 payment protocol that is implemented on any blockchain-based cryptocurrency. It paves the way for instant Bitcoin transaction settlement. The protocol uses off-chain data catalyst. Excuse me. It uses off-chain data to catalyze the transaction speed and also decrease the associated charges. In the year to come, we will be witnessing the establishment of more nodes, channels, and applications that built on Lightning Network infrastructure, hereby acquiring us with the unforeseen market efficiency. You also have privacy and transactions. There have been an increasing concern around privacy of transactions within the market. Thankfully, we have also seen the development of privacy tools serve for that purpose. For instance, Ernst & Young have developed Nightfall for private transactions over the Ethereum ecosystem. It is also a prime example of how various companies will be driving their transactions via public mainnet with zero-knowledge privacy protocols in place. And pay attention to those zero-knowledge proof coins. We will also see considerable momentum on this front, as well as multi-party computation. You also have crypto-friendly regulations. Wyoming, a state in the U.S., enacted around 13 laws around blockchain and cryptocurrencies over the past year. Suddenly, the least populous state of the U.S. has become a global hotbed for cryptocurrency. This is because these regulations are digital banking friendly and distinguishing digital assets into 3 different categories: It barely came as a surprise to other U.S. states and regulatory bodies follow suit. When they follow suit, okay, as they follow suit, we can anticipate other regulations to do this, other regulators to do the same in the upcoming year. Lastly, 2020 is going to be quite vital for blockchain technology and the broader ecosystem. A majority of experts believe that there will be a secular bull market as the period of consolidation seems to be fading out. Digital assets have already become a force to reckon, and it will be interesting to see how the upcoming year pans out. So family, that is your crypto news, coffee and crypto, 2019 outro. How we doing out there? Let's see how the market is doing. Ethereum popping back into the green, coming in at 131.65. BCH coming in at 209.05. Bitcoin itself coming in at 72.66 right now. Let me see. We got Binance Coin, who's trading at 13.86, having a downtrend. Bitcoin itself still in the downtrend overall. Not looking for it to turn around and reverse and go to the moon just as yet. What we are going to check out now are, let me see, what are we looking at? Now we're looking for live coin. There we go. And for those that are tuning in late, just so that you do know, I will be transitioning over to Library TV, which is a platform that is or runs just like YouTube. It's a decentralized form. Come over, watch the videos, you get awarded. As you can see, I already have 24.4 LBC or library credit tokens. But let's see what LBC is doing today. Let's see, calculated by the dollar. Wow, nice. What is this right here? We're looking at a 4-hour chart. So nice rally over the last couple of days. Coming in at less than a penny right now, trading at about 0.028 cent. So definitely some people have doubled their money since the 18th of December. Very nice. And right now I'm getting these for free from posting content and interacting on Library TV. Let me see. Do I have the link? I think the link is, let me go look for it real quick. I do have the link somewhere. I could post it in the chat. Give me 1 second. Let me actually go grab the link for you all. I can do that very quickly. Give me 1 second. For those that do want to follow along, as I am going to be easing up on the amount of information that I put on YouTube and going in harder on the amount of information that I bring over to Library TV. And that is LBRY TV. Give me 1 second. I'm just grabbing the link for you. Here it is. Then we're going to get into the top 20. Let that load up. While I drop a link in the comments for everybody. There we go. Ones can definitely utilize that link. Post over here in YouTube as well. There we go. You can copy and paste that link and follow me also. Let's get into the top 20 coins. Right now, you got an overall market cap of $190,165,757,272. You get a 24-hour volume, meaning how much money came in within the last 24 hours of $14,775,812,249. BTC dominance right now is at 69.09%. Coming in number one, you got Big Bang King Bitcoin trading at $7,245, down 1.17% within the last 24. Coming in number two, you got Ethereum trading at $131, down 0.38% within the last 24, up 0.2% within the last hour. You got Ripple's XRP coming in at 19 cents, down 1. Coming in at number four, you have USDT, which is the cryptocurrency to the United States dollar, also known as United States Dollar Tether. It is also up 0.7% versus the dollar. Coming in number five, though, it is pegged 1-to-1 to the dollar, and it keeps your money pretty stable. Coming in number five, you have BCH trading at $209.56, down 0.01% within the last 24, though it's up 0.5% within the last hour.
Coming in at number 6, you have EOS trading at $2.61, down 2% within the last 24. Coming in at number 7, you have Litecoin. LTC trading at $42.26. Right now, you're down 1.6% within the last 24 hours. Coming in number 8, we have BNB, Binance Coin, trading at $13.85, down 2.18% within the last 24. Coming in number 9, you have BSV, Bitcoin SV, or Satoshi's Vision, coming in at $96.80, 0.9% within the last 24, up 0.7% within the last hour. Coming in number 10, you got XLM, Stellar Lumens, trading at $1.96. No, excuse me, trading at 4 cents, down 1.96% within the last 24 hours. Coming in number 11, you have Tron, trading at a penny, down 2.5% within the last hour, up 0.2% within the last, no, down 2.5% within the last 24, up 0.2% within the last hour. Coming in number 12, you have ADA, trading at 3 cents, down 0.8% within the last 24. Coming in number 13, you have Tezos. Tezos coming in up 4% within the last 24 hours, up 1.2% last hour. Nice growth coming out of FTZ. Coming in number 14, we have Leo, trading upwards to 81 cents. Right now, you're up 0.1% within the last 24, though you're up 0.6% within the last hour. Coming in number 15, you have Atom. Excuse me. Atom trading at $4.24, down 0.9% within the last 24, up 0.01% within the last hour. Coming in number 16, you have the number one privacy coin, Monero, XMR, trading at $45.58. Wow. Down 1.06% within the last 24 hours. Coming in number 17, you have an exchange token, Huobi token, which is a native coin to the Huobi platform or exchange market, trading at $2.77, down 0.7% within the last 24, up 0.1% within the last hour. Coming in at number 18, you have Link, who's trading at $1.80, who is down right now, 3.2% within the last 24. You also have coming in at number 19, Neo, who's had some very nice swings on it, down right now, trading at $8.92, down 1.4% within the last 24, up 0.3% within the last hour. Coming in last but not least, you have ETC, Ethereum Classic, right now trading at $4.61, down 1.4% within the last 24, up 0.3% within the last hour. Currently, that is your top 20 coins within the market cap. Let's see if we can see the top. Let's look out. Let's see. I want to take a look at something. Is there a way we can look at? We'll do market cap. And we'll look at the look at the difference in the last 24 hours. See, it's going to show all these. I want to look at all these off-brand coins. I want to take a look at the biggest gainers, biggest losers, but I want to keep it. Let's see if I can keep it within the top 100 coins. Let me see, 7-day availability. I wish they had where you can just look at the top 100, but they don't. So I'm not going to be able to take a look as I want to. But nonetheless, let's move forward and take a look at price action, see what's going on. Right now, we're looking at Big Bank Hank Bitcoin. Let's zoom in real quick. In fact, let me check in and see what's going on. We're closing in on the last half of our early rising show of Coffee and Crypto. Miss Medina, how we doing? I mean, Miss Mendez, excuse me. Miss Mendez, peace, power, and prosperity. Queen, glad to have you along. Miss Linda, how you doing? Grand Rising Queen, glad to have you with us as well. We are down to our last 15 minutes of the show. We're going to take a look at a couple of coins. Let's see, looking at Bitcoin starting off first and foremost. Still in your downtrend. Let me see this right here, hourly chart. Go back to a 4-hour. On a 4-hour, he's still making lower highs. Nothing has changed since, let me see, or that high. Since the high roughly of over 13,000, you've done nothing but made consecutive lower highs since then. So chances of us, just catapulting and running back up to $20,000, in my opinion. Now you do have a nice little double bottom right here, as I can see, was formed here on 11 as well as 1217. And you have a nice stable level of support right here. Move this down. Let me open this up a little bit for you all. I know this is probably kind of small. There we go. So as you can see, you got a nice floor down here around $7,000. You also have a nice ceiling right here at about 7,500, give or take a few. So now you have a 25. Back and forth he goes. Right now you're trailing on your way back down to retest around those $7,000 areas. So you do have moving average right now majorly acting as resistance, as you can see. We actually have both 100 and moving average coming in acting as resistance. You have your 55-day exponential coming in down here under support levels. Let's see. Okay, got you. No. This is your 100-day exponential. This is your 100-day moving average. And it's being treated as solid resistance here. This is at around 72.58. So you definitely don't want to be longing around this area as you're seeing it steady getting rejected. Go pull back to a monthly. I mean, look at the monthlies. You had nothing but continuous sell-offs. Also, not only that, you see a very clear line here. The downtrend. Able to break this sloping tree right here, you can come up in any type of bullish fashion. You first have to break the previous high, which actually break this trend. But I mean, we could even come back up right now to around 82. Well, this month's over with today, so didn't make it that month. We'll try for the next one. Then our chances of getting higher are shortened down. So now we only got to have about 7,900 before breaking this trend. Show you, exactly what we're looking at here. So as price action moves forward and you print another candlestick here, the levels or the heights that you can make it and go back up are shortly diminished or quickly diminished. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Let's see. 3-day. Stokes pretty neutral as well as the RSI. You're really just looking at consolidation, man. Looking sideways. Like I say, you get a trading range from 7 to 7,500. Till you break one to either side, I mean, it's going to be the same song and dance. Now, when we do break, let me go over here. We do have some lower levels of support. Let me see, what is this? That's at 7,000, about right there. Below that, you got what, 68.48. But roughly, you got 65.32, 61.07. To the upside, you got 73.60. Above that, 78.71, 9,700. You've got a number of different obstacles that you got to beat on your journey back up. Your resistance level here at around 85.78, moving along. There's a number of hurdles, so make the decisions wisely. If I had any type of stable income, I myself, not giving out any type of financial advice, if I didn't have the time to trade, I would be dollar cost averaging. I would hate to be somebody that bought Ethereum at 300 plus, 200 plus, had a chance to buy it at 130, 120, 140, 115, didn't buy it at all, just looking at it, looking for it to even itself out. You know what I mean? I would find a way to enter these lower positions, because then what it does is average out your original entry. So if you bought it, we'll say 260, and right now you're buying at 130, it depending on the amount that you buy also, it averages out the actual entry point that you have. So keep that in mind also. Ethereum, same thing. We got lower levels of support coming in, 127, 130, 121, 113 respectfully. If we scroll out and we look, Ethereum is in a downtrend as well. Look at this. Hasn't broken out of it as of yet. All major moving averages are pressuring you to the downside. Even if we zoom in right now on the daily, you're seeing that pressure from that 21-day exponential come in. Let me open this up a little more. You got a little volume coming into the market right now, as I'm seeing positions be liquidated by way of utilizing a Twitter account. So our positions being liquidated right now. But when you're looking at it, you got your rejection coming in right here. Get a hard Dudex crypto leverage. Might have to check that out. You got a hard level of resistance coming in right here at around $133. Upon breaking the 21, you could get a run up to the 55, which they have you stopping out at around 147. But you haven't had. Let me see. Let's scroll back and look. We haven't been able to break the 21-day exponential since November 18th. So keep that in mind, that you have not broken this since November 18th. Please keep that in mind. And now we're going into January 1st. So, there's a couple of things that you want to keep in your head first and foremost. Do we got any coin requests out there? Any coin requests? We got about 5 minutes left recording on the New Money Matrix podcast, in which time I will be ending the live feed. We got any coin requests out there? Look at Zill. We can take a look at Zill. Let's slide over real quick. Let's see. Zill, we're coming in versus the dollar. Let's see. Start with a monthly. Okay, this is what I want you to look at. Look at the monthly. This should tell you a lot. Look at the monthly. Just open this up. This goes all the way back to February 2019. Let's see if we get a different picture over here. Let's see. No, let's use this. Take a look at coin market cap. This just gives us an average of it. Okay, so let me see. Scrolling back, looking at a daily. But I really want to, let me see, 3-day, weekly. Now, when you're asking my opinion, you're asking about price action. I suspect. I mean, been in a downtrend since May of 2018. We're now going into January 2020. So since May 2018, been in a downtrend. This is why I want people to be able to look at these charts and make their decisions based off not so much what the coin is doing, because you can easily be like, well, they got good fundamentals, good technology, buying, low. It depends on how you look at it. I'm not giving financial advice. From a trader's aspect, I wouldn't be touching this as a debt. I guess if you're going to buy them and hold them for the long term. But I mean, imagine everyone that bought it, on this pump, I think it was, then now you're not even trading at a penny anymore. And if you just held, you're down X amount. So from a chart perspective, It's not looking good in any way, shape, or form from a chart perspective. Let me open this up again. Let's give it a nice. Yeah, that's. Do you want this? Because this is what a lot of people are looking at. This is what they're hoping for. They're looking for this. A 2,444% increase back up to all-time highs. And I'm telling any and everybody here right now, this shit's not guaranteed. None of that is guaranteed for it to go back up there and touch that. Can it? Hell yeah. Would I put my money and bet on it? Not as of right now. Can I trade this when it does get volatile? Yes. You know what I mean? So just a couple of decisions that you got to make when looking at some of these cryptocurrencies. Let me see if we got any more requests before we get out of here. Miss Townsend, how we doing? Brother Sean Don, peace, power, and prosperity, grand rising. Let me see. We got any more coin requests coming in from anybody? Any more coin requests? One coin that I'm really optimistic about this year. Well, I'm gonna give you three of them: Binance, Kava, and Cosmos. That's Binance, Kava, and Atom. Binance coin right now. Look at that. Nice weekly setup. Let me get rid of all this. Yeah. One hell of a pullback, though. Definitely one hell of a pullback. Let me see. What do we got here? Oh, look at that. Nice bounce off the 618. You've not broke. Finance is here. Even coming back down to the 786, that's at $8.55. The only good thing about that is I do have the ability to short Binance coin. So, as it goes down, I will short it. If it starts to turn around, then I will long it. Let me see. And that's it for the recording on New Money Matrix podcast. I want to thank everybody that tuned in today that will be listening to this recording, whether it's on iTunes, Spotify, or Anchor FM. I want to give you all a happy new year. Wish you the best of luck for the new year. Love you all. Peace, power, and prosperity. I am out of here. New Money Matrix podcast. And that was me ending the New Money Matrix podcast, not so much ending what we're doing right now. Let me go ahead and save this. And we do have a number of different positions being liquidated right now. Let me go ahead and save this. Copy. Yes, I'm ready to publish. There we go. I'm looking for DeFi to be one of the most utilized areas this year, as well as exponential growth to come out of Ethereum because of the use of DeFi, whereas Ethereum is the base currency right now being used space. Let me see if we got any other coin requests. Grand Rising. Okay, we got IOTA. Let's take a look at IOTA real quick. IOTA versus the dollar on CoinMarketCap. And IOTA, let's see, are we coming down and breaking all-time lows? We actually are. You're right down in 2007. I had a run up to about $5.58. Right now, it's trading at 16. Could this be something that, when you're looking at investing, this is you could be like, well, 16 cents. Let me throw $5 at it. You understand what I mean? That's what I love about this space. That you actually don't have to break bank in order to invest. Easily just $5 at IOTA and get a couple shares, and not have to look back to dollars or paying the rent with it. So that's the thing that I like. Now IOTA, I like the tech behind them. From a trader's aspect, I was actually just recently trading IOTA over the last couple of days. It's had enough volatility and swings. We take a look at it. Me to go ahead and gain some profit out of it. Now, what you got forming down here, if it can hold, be the beginning of a reverse. So you've seen about 15 cent to top out and 16 cent mark. So now you have this trading range right here. Breaking your support here, definitely going to see lower prices. Breaking your resistance here will probably lead you up first and foremost to about 17.5. Then after that, come back up here and test areas around 18.5, 18.9. Come back and test it from there. But just look at distance levels. Come back up here hitting 19. So that's sort of the levels that I would look for it to have to conquer in order for it to continue moving. Look at Kava and SLV. Okay, no problem. Let's take a look at Kava and SLV. Kava on the finance exchange. Very nice. Coming in 14. Kava, man, a very nice right here. Look at that. Man, I think I actually, for those that are part of the Discord group, also family, for those, I do have a private Discord. It is a monthly donation. The donations do start tomorrow. Those that are interested in the private Discord where we build on tradable assets, what direction they may go. A couple of tidbits we share. It's a nice little community, and we all good information. Inbox me or DM me. But my head and shoulders move right here. Kava definitely. Let's see. What are we looking at? This is a 4-hour. Let's see. You had a swing low there. You eject about a 2-3 down to the 382. Actually, seeing, look at that buying pressure. It's not even going to test the lower level at around $1.10. So nice balanced buying pressure. Stokes looking like they want to see some more downside. RSI as well on the 4-hour. Let's see if the daily's telling us anything different. And look at that retrace. Clear. May want to set stops in case it does continue to retrace. It allow you to get out of position and then enter at a lower position, thus allowing you X amount more kava, which if you look at it, anytime you exit a position and go into another stable or a coin that's going the opposite, episode published failed. What? Okay, there we go. What you're doing is actually shorting the other position. So keep that in mind. Kava looking, let me see. Possible retracements to $1.10, $1.04, 98 cents is your 618, but you could retrace and then bounce off here and then continue to rally, or you could start your reversal here and then continue to dump. Though I'm very optimistic on Kava. This is one that I'm going to be doing a lot of research on, a lot of following, a lot of building with, and sway. Let's see. Yep, it does. Double way versus the dollar. Let's see what's going on. Look at those nice wicks. Represent X amount of buying pressure coming in. Good demand. Let's see. What do we have here? We broke the 618. Man, look at those wicks. Crazy. Being sold off into. I will wait for this to probably turn around, come back up, maybe cross back over the 50% retracement line. Look for some type of confirmation. Right now it's being sold off into though. You see on the grand scheme of things, SLV being a newer coin. Add a couple of moving averages to see what's going on in here. Yeah, real steep, real nice out there. Very nice off there. Looking for that when it come back around, falling from around 7 cent back down to 4 cent. And this is the thing about some of these. I mean, just going from 4 cent back to 7 cent, you damn near doubled your money. You know what I mean? Silverware being rejected right now by the 100-day exponential. So, till you crack that, nothing to be shaken. That's around a 0.043. Let me see if we got any other requests before I get out of here. Doesn't seem to be. Attendance seems to be dwindling. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and end this. I want to thank everybody that tuned in with me today for the Early Roger Show with Coffee and Crypto 2019 outro. I will see you all. You know what? I don't know. I was thinking about cutting all the social media off for 2020. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm thinking real hard. Like, should I just shut it all down tonight? Focus on what I got going on. Well, no, because the focus is on the people. I don't know, decision making. I definitely want individuals to be able to follow me over into the decentralized platforms that are available for us. Everybody's not going to make it. That's one thing that I do got a little choppy at times. Okay, it's saying a little choppy, no doubt, no doubt, no doubt. Hopefully to be cleaned up on the rebound. But with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and end this now. I want to thank y'all. We've had a beautiful for me since 2017 when I first started my YouTube channel and Facebook page. It's been a very, very, very interesting one. I love everyone that I've met. I hope that you all have been able to gain something from me over the last couple of years, especially over this last year. I think I went, pretty hard with the information and the knowledge dropping. So I hope you were able to get something from that. With that being said, man, peace, power, and prosperity. You already know. Continue to utilize stop loss, entries, charts. If you're gonna get into trading or investing in tradable assets, learn to read those charts. Now, get that financial literacy that's needed for you to succeed within this space. And until the next one, I am out of here.